Why would God create you and I and all of this and billions of people knowing that most will end up in hell? That is a very tough question that I got from someone in the comment section, and I'm going to do my best to answer it. Because the truth is I don't really think that you're seeking for a viable answer to this question at all. A lot of times you'll find these types of questions are based in those that are rejecting God. Those that place their own moral standard above God's himself. And to make sense of everything, they try to hold God to their standard instead of trying to meet God's standard. And so what you'll see is instead of just saying that I just don't believe that there is a God, you'll find that there's a lot of people that have to come up with some reason to reject God. And their reasoning is based in the notion that even if God is real, he's not even worthy of my worship because he's a monster. Look what he does to women, children, babies, etc. You see, whether or not a lot of people perish at the end of this road does not actually determine if we have a God or not. And you see, the problem is that you are trying to judge God and his actions from your own personal worldview. The question is like, what is good? Because it seems as if like you have already come up with your own version of some type of standard of what that moral compass is, because you're asking God, like, why? Or are you trying to say that the adverse of this would be it'd be better if none of us were ever created? Or are you saying that maybe before these people go to hell, before they make all these decisions that they do that send them there, that maybe God should intervene somehow and stop it before it happens? And what does that look like? You know, are you asking God to physically step in and snatch people up and grab them before they commit sin, rape, robbery, murder, those things that send people to hell? You see, I think you make this statement from a place of conviction. You see, I think internally you're struggling with the notion that we all will be held accountable for our actions and we all will be judged for our time spent here on this earth. So what you gotta understand is God didn't create us with this intention. We were not intended to go to hell. This is what we chose. And so what God has done is he's brought us in this world out of love. And then he's placed a guardrail around us. And what you and I do is we go look at it and God says on this side of this guardrail, everything's safe and free in eternal life, joy, happiness, and love. On the other side is death and damnation, sin, turmoil, brokenness, and hurt. And then we run and jump over that guardrail. And we turn around and look at God and say, like, why don't you fix this? Why would you do this in the first place? Why? When God has already told us, I have given you the law. I have given you all that you need. It's up to you to choose what's right and wrong. And so you and I have a decision to make. Do we trust God in that his word says that he is just, he is a good God? Or do we try to conceptualize who he is and how things should be based upon our own viewpoint? But I'll say this, our ways are not his ways and our thoughts are not his thoughts. But I have hope. And that's all I can have is I have hope that people will choose God over death. This is Eric Scott with the Lions Faith Podcast. I love each and every one of you. Double tap that screen, like, share, and follow. Thank you guys.